Hi, I'm Brandon, game developer and an art lecturer. In the previous time-lapse process, we've covered the creation of a full Elven character, but in this video specifically, we're going to focus on my thought processes and common struggles in creating a human head. If you can't wait any longer, let's get started. I started sculpting a head from a sphere. My intention is to quickly block out the proportions of a human head like the cranium and the neck. I then moved to key definition of what makes up a human head. For instance, eye sockets, nose, cheekbones, ears, jawline, and the overall shape of the cranium. Though the Elven Warrior I have in mind is a female, I am not concerned with it looking more masculine at this point. It is important to trust the process and focus on getting the anatomy right before refining the features to look more feminine. Sculpting or modeling a human head isn't easy. It took me about 100 heads before mine started to look more like a human. With more practice and patience, it will come to you sooner and easier. You can also observe me zooming closer and further away from the sculpture to assess the big shapes. This is one of the fundamentals in art similar to doing a live drawing in a studio. We often step further away to study the gestures and major proportions, avoiding getting ourselves sucked into the micro details. With the major proportions all fleshed out, I want to quickly block out the shapes of the hair. As hair plays a huge influence in the perception of facial shapes, I want to tackle this as soon as possible. Over here, I'm sculpting the base hairline followed by adding tubes to quickly create volumes of hair strands. I'm focusing on capturing the gestures of huge hair volumes and how they flow down the back of her head and into the weave. When I'm satisfied with what I have, I've merged them down into a single subtool and activated Dynamesh. The two main brushes that I'm using here are Inflate and Clay Buildup. I will also periodically recompute the Dynamesh by holding down Ctrl and left mouse button, followed by dragging on an empty part of the viewport. It will refresh itself. Once I get a general idea of where the hair would be, we can now start to focus on attaining a female-looking feature. I had to first refine the smaller details like eyelids, nostrils, and lips before returning to make more daring proportional changes. I'm looking out for distances between the eyes, the distances between the nose and the mouth. I quickly blocked in the eyeballs in order to locate the curvature of where the eyelids would wrap around. I'm also paying special attention to the shape of upper and lower eyelid to further achieve a feminine feature. Do take special note on how the jaw and teeth are protruding to the front. Having it too protruding would give you an ape-like feature. Having it too receding would suggest poor dental health or growth. It is worth mentioning that the shape of upper and lower lips play an important role if you are trying to achieve a feminine feature. The chin and jawline of a female are usually narrower compared to a male feature that is broader. In general, feminine features are usually not as pronounced. Building your mental library of facial features by observing real human faces or photo references can help you achieve the desired results. Over here you can see that I've added the lower eyelid, conforming to the shape of the eyeball. The lower eyelid is commonly forgotten and it can result in them looking puffy or swollen. As highlighted previously, I'm constantly checking my sculpt from further away to avoid tunnel visioning on specifics. I'm constantly assessing the relationships and distances between each facial features. As you can see, with small adjustments here and there, the once blocky male head is starting to take on a feminine form. As I'm satisfied with the face, I now move to detailing her ears. A good balance on hard and soft surfaces can really sell the definition of cartilage bones underneath the skin layer. The basic still applies, to constantly check your scalp from afar. Sometimes moving on to other parts of the sculpt and return later can give you a fresh perspective, allowing you to see mistakes that you haven't noticed before. Take a break once in a while if you need to. Stepping away from your artwork periodically to refresh yourself should be part of the process. With the head mostly done, I'm making final refinements on the hair to let it sit better on the scalp. In a short time span, we have come to the end of the video. and with me sharing my processes and common struggles to creating a human head, I hope it has added value to you in creating your own unique character. If you find my channel has added value to your learning journey, please do subscribe and stay tuned for more.